Greetings, dear Sagittarius. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at your February 2025 general monthly reading. And my apologies for filming this so late. So hopefully a lot of the messages that you may receive in this particular reading are in progress, right? Since we're just about done with February. So we are looking at the main theme of what this month has been for you. We're looking at your love life, your career and your finances, and then a message from the universe. All right. So feel free to go ahead and skip through the video to find the message in which you're most interested in hearing, or not collectively, you want to hear all of them. So we are going to use the Zodiac Tarot to pull your messages. And then we're going to close the reading out with one card from the Chakra Insight Oracle, right? Which is just focusing on a particular energetic point in your body that has an accompanying message that will be aligned with your reading, all right? So let's go ahead and get into it. But we are first just going to set the intention that this is for the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have Sagittarius and it is in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity, and that you're able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. My forehead is really glowing today. Okay. So anyway, remember to take the messages that apply, and remember, if it does not apply, it's just not your story. Go ahead and let it fly. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. We are first looking at the main theme. So let's see, what is the main theme for our Saggy babies for the February? Okay, what is the main theme for Sagittarius in February? Show me the main theme. Okay. Interesting. Sag, I don't know what you into. I don't know if you got like third party stuff happening, perhaps with the Leo, perhaps with an Aquarius. Okay. But Three of Swords can indicate third party stuff. Three of Swords can also indicate being really disappointed or having like grief or maybe even a breakup. Okay. But it's very like heavy, upsetting energy, right? It's something that you are mentally kind of conflicted about also. But in that, I kind of see you've got this kind of polar opposites, because we've got Leo energy and Aquarius energy, right? So the strength is all about really just taming. It could be A, taming your desires, or B, being the bigger and better person in regards, like say if you are in a scenario where you are the third party, for instance, or there is a third party scenario and that you figure this out within your connection. But I don't know if this is necessarily third party more than it is perhaps you being upset about something, or you experiencing some type of like grief or heartbreak. But you've got this strength card here. So this really indicates that it doesn't matter, like whatever is happening, the people who are closest to you might not even really know. It's almost like you're holding it very close to you, because the strength is about being the bigger and better person. It's not putting your mess on other people. It is really being able to like be stoic, be dignified, right? And I also feel that there is a sense of idealization that you kind of have during this period of time. So even if you're doing things that are not quite traditional, so to speak, in that way, or conventional in some way, I see that there's no rhyme or reason for it. You just don't feel like you need to do what everybody else does, right? So there's a certain level of idealization, because that star card is all about, that's not being hopeful, it's being optimistic. And it's also the sign of the Aquarius, right? And so we are still in Aquarius season technically. And so you could be really in this mental state of feeling like, well, I don't really care what everybody else does. Like, this is my truth and this is how I do things. Okay. So this could be a very prominent energy also in the month of February. And finally, I see you really getting on top of your business with this Emperor card. The Emperor is about, that's like following your routines, your schedule, doing whatever it is that you have to do despite any limiting circumstances. This is just getting your life together, right? And making sure that you don't fall into any pits, right? This is having like very strong discipline and being very committed to what you're doing. Okay. So that Emperor, this is Aries, but that Emperor can be like, hey, It doesn't matter if whatever you're feeling, you're going to get up and take care of yourself, take care of the people that you need to take care of, take care of your business. You're just not allowing like small things to kind of get in the way of what you need to do. And that kind of ties in. So even if you are not feeling that great on an emotional level, because this is the first card that came out with this was this Three of Swords. So it's Three of Swords, right, which is very like kind of heavy heart energy. But I still feel despite that, you're like, well, whatever. The show goes on. I got to keep showing up. There's people who depend on me, and this is what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm seeing that prominent in your energy for February. But let's go ahead and shift into your love life. Let's see what love messages we can get for Sagittarius. Show me what love messages. Okay. Okay. So Sag, I see somebody. Okay. All right, let's try to spin this. We're not spinning it. I'm just telling you the energy that I'm getting. First of all, the first card that came out was this 10 of Pentacles. So this is either you, where it's just like you are very financially abundant, or the person that you're dealing with is very financially abundant. But not only that, there's a person here who has a very mature, wise, emotional person who is of wise counsel, who can be a wise counsel person for you, right? With this King of Cups. This could also be you, like really showing up, like having a lot of wisdom behind you, and really showing up for people, for whoever emotionally, okay? So I'm getting like somebody who has a little bit of money, but who is also very mature and who has like a very large well of emotional depth to them as well. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? This are cups. So cups are about our water. And then you've got the Seven of Wands, but there's something about the relationship where there are some pretty strict boundaries. Because that Seven of Wands is just like, hey, I could care for you, but there is a limit. This is it. And so whether that boundaries is something that you have in the connection, like that there are boundaries in the connection for whatever reason. And that kind of brings me back to the third party stuff, right? Because we had that Three of Swords. And that to me, in a love situation, this did not come out for love. This just came out in your main theme. But to me, that could also indicate that there's something about unconventional relationships, like someone being the third party in something. And due to that, there have to be like pretty strong boundaries that are erected from that. But it's not anything, it's like both parties agree with the boundaries and have mutual love and respect for each other. But I'm getting like a financial component to it as well with this with this 10 of Pentacles, right? So this is money being great, flowing in, and it's coming up in your love life. So this is someone that you could definitely benefit from, right? Or someone that you are benefiting, right? With resources, money, right? And having an abundance of that. So that's what I get for your love life. Let's go ahead and look at your career and finances. Show me career and finances for Sagittarius. Okay. So you got the Six of Pentacles. This has been coming out for every single person. It's crazy. Your career finances has a component of love to it too. I have some questions for you, Sagittarius. I do. First of all, you got the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is either you being a person who is so blessed abundantly that you're able to give money or give resources to others, or this is you being the recipient or the benefactor of, I don't want to call it charity, but basically like someone supplementing your life in some way, okay? And it's showing up in your career and finances. So if it's not your career, this could look like, in a career way, this could look like a big bonus in your job, right? A commission, so to speak, an investment really working out for you. Like you put your money into something and you are able to yield something greater from that. So it could be something of that nature, but it's definitely, I feel like you are the receptor of this. Like it's something that it's coming to you, and it could just be like finances. But check this out. This is when it gets a little weird. And this is like screaming third party once again, because we've got the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is very tricky energy. It's very, very tricky. Seven of Swords is known to be, it can be like deceitful. There's a little bit of cheating aspect towards it. But if you don't look at it like cheating, there's a way to spin it where it's just like, well, I'm not cheating per se. I'm just looking out for myself. I'm just being a little bit cunning. Whatever happens, it's like that. Whatever happens in Vegas kind of stays in Vegas energy, right? Where it's just like, well, the circumstances are this way. And you know what? Honestly, I'm honestly like one of the least judgmental people you will meet. So I'm not going to say I don't have a problem with cheating per se, but you have to understand circumstances, and you have to understand everyone has a story, and there are like one set of scenario, and just because like what it looks like, it's not exactly what it is, right? But I'm seeing the Seven of Swords, so there's a little bit of sneaky behavior here, and maybe there's some type of sneaking to get this to get this money, to get this resource. Okay, so I'm seeing that that could be something that is working in your advantage. You are being a little bit slick, a little bit cunning around this time, but it's working out in your benefit, that's for sure. And as a result of that, you've also got the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is the start of a new love, a new relationship. This beckons to not new opportunities. Well, I would say new opportunities, but new opportunities in deepening a connection and being in a new connection. This is proposals, the start of a relationship. All right, but there's something here that has to do with love as well, right? Or a romantic gesture or a proposal that's coming towards your way. And so looking at this and how the rest of the reading is set up, I'm like, this is not your career. I feel like these are your finances, but it has to do with love. It has to do with a relationship. It has to do with a person or people in your life who are very generous. And remember, in your love life, you got the 10 of Pentacles. This is someone who has a surplus of income, but who also cares very deeply for you too, has that capacity for that, okay? But there are limits. There are rules to the relationship. This is a very specific story, and I'm not sure if this is going to like resonate with someone, but I'm sure someone will see it and be like, haha, this is my story. Let's go ahead and look at a message from the universe. So this is not necessarily for the month of February, but this is just at this particular time, what does the universe want you to know? Let's get a message from the universe for Sagittarius, please. A message from the universe for Sagittarius. Okay. So you got your energy. Oh, Sag, temper yourself. Balance is the key to life, okay? This is really saying temperance, which is actually the Sagittarius sign. Sagittarius is known, let's just say, astrologically, is it's a very expansive, it's ruled by Jupiter. So Sagittarius are very lucky, but there's also another, I'm gonna say like stereotype, but there is a stereotype with Sagittarius is like, Sagittarius is typically do not have things come to them very easily. But when they do, the fortune just falls, right? So it's like Sag energy can have like highs and lows of being like extremely unlucky to things changing in your favor and kind of riding that roller coaster, right? But of course, it all depends on what other factors are in your chart as well, okay? But we've got this temperance card. So this is something about like this understanding of the cycles, right? But then it's also this understanding that you cannot have like, that there's a balance to life. Be careful of excesses, because the next card you have is the Devil. And the Devil has to do with literally excess. That's like whatever you're doing too much of is temper that. And that excess can be substances that, you know, like get you away from reality. It could be like anything that's too much. That could be like working too much, going to the gym too much, materialism, not taking things serious, like everything's a joke. Like it just has this feeling of like there is too much, and when you live on the excess of life, you have to be careful of the consequences. And that's kind of what the devil does promise that. It's like, okay, well, it's all fun and games now until, okay. So this is that temperance and the devil is just like, if you know that there are negative or toxic aspects to what you're doing in life, is just asking you to be conscious of them. And just because things are going well now does not always mean that they will. Okay. And so it's important for you to really just kind of decipher the things that you need to chill out with. Okay. And I do think it has something to do with your, could do have something to do with kids too. Like this could be overgiving to someone, but six of cups is nostalgia. This is relating to your past, people from the past, moments from the past, an old way of being. Okay. So there's something here about like if you have just, and sometimes we can get stuck in these patterns where an old way of being is just kind of what we become. And then we don't think about what is wrong with what we're doing, right? Because we've been doing it for so long. So I feel like this is a message for if there's a pattern that you've kind of been stuck into, whether that's a pattern of relationships, a pattern of habits, right? Whatever it is, there's a pattern, something that you've been doing for a long time, to really just kind of temper it and make sure that you do not practice this in excess, right? It's going to mean a lot of things for a lot of people, but that's what I got for your message from the universe. Let's go ahead and close this reading out. Let's do one card from the Chakra Insight Oracle for Sagittarius. Please show me one card for Sagittarius, please. Show me one card for Sagittarius. Oh, so you got two. Oh my God, this has been coming out. It's crazy. There's a lot of people trying, like the universe is trying to tell a lot of people a lot of lessons. Okay. So you've got personal boundaries. So this is all your solar plexus, right? Which is your area right here. That is your solar plexus, is where we get our will, our strength, our sense of power from. Okay. Our sense of identity, our ego is from that source. And so you are really being asked this month to take a look at your responsibilities. Look at what is your discipline like? How reliable are you? How fulfilled are you in the role and whatever roles that you're doing? So taking a look at your responsibilities, and if you feel like you are taking on too many responsibilities, how can you delegate? Okay, because there's also something here about your boundaries, right? So your boundaries are the choices that you make with people that you're involved with the things that you do, are all part of our personal boundaries, right? And it really screams to like how authentic that we are, right, to ourselves, and that we're not living in a life where we're ashamed to tell other people in some way. Okay, like I feel like if you're doing something that you wouldn't tell your mama, like do you feel good about that? Okay, so just like making sure that we feel okay with the choices that we're making, okay, and that you are being assertive, right, and in terms of people not overstepping your boundaries. But then there's also, what are the choices that you are making for the boundaries that you do keep? So that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. So interesting read, very, very interesting. Definitely probably will not resonate with everyone, but that's tarot. That's what I got. So my name is Tifa. I do tarot. Please do comment, like, and subscribe for additional content. And if you enjoy the way that I read, do consider booking me for personal reading. I do offer services that you can see in the About section of the channel. I love you, Sagittarius. I hope you have a blessed rest of February, and take care. Bye.